Okay. Welcome. This is our Tower Garden Q&A, how to grow your own produce. We're going to give you some details about what that is, how it works, and how it can support you and your family. My name is Robin, certified nutrition specialist, and my passion is helping people get more produce into their body one way or the other. And one of the ways is by growing it. And now is a perfect time to consider doing that so that you have your produce at your home. It's fresh, it's organic, it's without pesticides. A wonderful way to do that. So without further ado, let's find out a lot bit more about the Tower Garden. So what is the Tower Garden? It is a patented vertical aeroponic growing system, and it uses air and water to produce fruits and vegetables. So it's all natural minerals called the Tower Tonic, designed for both plants and human nutrition. So what goes into it is all good so that the produce that it produces is optimal for your health. The creator, his name is Tim Blank, and he was the chief horticulturist at Epcot Center. And it's true that this world today, 80% of the land that is suitable for raising crops is already in use. So now is the time to explore another way of farming. And so why the tower? So the tower actually is easy, fun, it's healthy, that you can have organic produce right at your fingertips, at your back door, or inside of your home. And now aeroponics, so that means it grows without soil and the water sprays the produce itself. So they grow stronger and healthier plants, increased O2 to the roots to help prevent disease and pests. It grows faster because the roots are exposed to more O2. And I can tell you, the tower, when you grow produce, it really grows, it grows rapidly. And it's a higher yield in less space. So it's clinically proven to yield 30% more with a very high antioxidant level, less time, less maintenance, less land, and less water. So if we're looking at not just our health of our own bodies, but the health of the environment, this is a good deal. So the Tower Garden is making its way all across the country. People tell me all the time they've seen it on the news. They go into different places and they see it. It's everywhere. In O'Hare Airport, there's a tower farm. There are tower farms across the country in many schools. Also, restaurants use them to grow. Teachers love them for their classroom because it becomes a wonderful teaching tool. And it can grow inside or outside. So that's wonderful. Doesn't matter what climate, there is a way to grow no matter where. And as far as education is concerned, there is a curriculum that goes with the tower and a huge online community of educators and growers that support one another with it. And so what exactly can you grow from the tower? So I thought that I turned my phone off, but it's ringing. This is a real live, folks, so my phone is ringing. So the tower can grow, again, inside and outside. So it doesn't matter if you're in an urban or suburban area. It doesn't matter if you're in an apartment, a small space. It can accommodate that. And you can grow a variety of lettuce, kale, beans, basil, cilantro, eggplant, tomatoes, cucumbers, strawberries. I mean, the sky's the limit of what you can grow. Broccoli, peppers, lots. Well, what you can't grow or what doesn't work in the tower are root vegetables. So no carrots and no potatoes, but everything else grows. And so here's some photos of towers. So there are people that have them in their homes, right, that may have one inside and one outside. And then there are farmers that really grow with the tower. Same device, but they grow a lot. And you can see our former president looking at some of the tower farms. Grocers use it, again, for their produce. It's phenomenal. It really is. And I want to say we're just at the cutting edge of all of this. People have them in greenhouses. So this is a tower that's inside, but we have a new tower garden that just came out, let's say about 4 months ago, that is smaller, and I'll show you a photo of that. It fits really well in the home, because before the outside tower could be outside or inside, but it was large. So there's a smaller one for home. So there's some other photos. All right, so Tower Garden makes gardening affordable. So let's talk about that. It pays for itself. And I really tested this out, because when you're growing, you're not going to the store and spending X amount of dollars on spinach and lettuce and all of those things. And it's designed to work, and it's built to last. So once you get it and you have it, it's yours. So there are two different towers, Tower Home and Tower Flex. Tower Home, as it stated, goes inside and it is smaller. Tower Flex is outside. And let me just talk a little bit about the cost of it and the differences and what you receive. Both towers, when you get them, have everything that you need to grow, including seeds and nutrients and everything. It's self-contained. So you get it and you're ready to grow. So the Tower Flex, which is the one outside, if you're wondering, because people say, well, what's the investment in the tower? So you are able to pay for the tower over a 1-year period. Now I have to go in and mute somebody. Hold on, everybody. I have a non-muted person, so I got to go in and catch up. I caught them, or they caught themselves. Thank you. So with the tower, you pay for it over 1 year, and if it is the Tower Flex, it is $51.67 a month for 12 months. After the 12 months, it is paid for. It's interest-free and it's yours. The first payment would include shipping, and that's about $50, a little bit more for shipping to you. And if you want wheels or any other accessories, it'll add a little bit to the payment. I don't have wheels on mine, so my payment was exactly what it was. And again, all the seeds and everything that you need is there. And with the Tower Flex, the one outside, it can grow 20 different full-size plants, and it grows wide, like large. I mean, you can do a variety of so many things. So it's awesome. Now the tower in the home is $80.83 over a 12-month period. And that one grows greens and herbs indoors. So it's a salad tower. And it includes everything that you need to grow 32 plants, micro plants. And we have some people that have the Tower Home and the Tower Flex on this call. So we'll be able to hear from them and get their experience with it. But I wanted to have you guys to understand what that is. What I love about the tower is there is a 90-day money-back guarantee on that. So you get it, you play around with it, and if for any reason you are not satisfied with the tower, you can send it back and you will be refunded, everything but the shipping cost. Also, there is on the Tower Flex, there's a 1-year warranty on the parts. My story is, I want to say it, 364 days into having my tower, I broke my pump. I broke it. That's a long story, but I broke it and I called the company and they sent me a new pump, no questions asked. They didn't ask me if I broke it or what happened. I didn't tell them either. They didn't ask. And they sent me a whole new pump. So just to let you know, and then with the Tower Home, the warranty's longer, and the Tower Home has grow lights, because when it's inside, you need the sun or the mimicking of the sun. So it comes with grow lights. The technology on the one inside is heightened. It's more computerized and has a lot more technology in it. So that's part of the differences. So I want to connect. I'm going to go back a little bit and I want to talk with some of our tower gardeners that we have on the line just to hear from them. So Adrian, if you could come on, and I want to ask you a couple of questions. Hi, are you there?
I am here.
Okay, so my question to you is, how long have you been growing with your, so 3 questions. How long have you been growing? What do you grow in your tower? And what has been your overall experience with growing with the tower?
Thanks, I can answer all those questions. That always makes me feel good. I have test anxiety. So I've been growing since 2012. We were actually part of the initial, like the pilot, when they were letting some of the reps try them when they first came out in 2012. So I'm not a gardener. I'm not very good at it. I kill everything, but I love seeing stuff grow. So when I start, and it's very not, it's a lot of forgiveness. When we started, I grew everything that I could that was growing, and it just kind of went rampant. Now I grow things that I eat. So I have spinach and kale, and we have some flowers, and we have some parsley, we have some lettuce. That's what we're growing now. We did peppers and that kind of stuff before, but we just have a lot of greens. And I just love, like, I anything that I don't like the taste of. Arugula is one of those things which we grow sometimes. I just throw it into my smoothie. So, and I also noticed, it was interesting, I picked some stuff yesterday, just a handful, which didn't look like that much. And I put it in the refrigerator because I used it for my drink this morning. And my drink was greener than normal. I mean, it was really, I could tell a difference with the nutrition in those few leaves, because they didn't have a whole lot. So did that answer your questions?
Yeah. And
I'm
so,
having a good time with them. Yeah.
And so tell me again, what year did you start growing?
2012. I think that was the first year that it came out for us.
Awesome. So thank you for that, Adrian. And I'm going to call on Nate. Nate, are you somewhere? Where's Nate? Maybe Nate's there. I thought Nate was there. Well, I got a message that said Nate was there, but I don't know where Nate is. Well, we'll come back. Nate, if you hear us, Nate grows, and he's been growing a funny.
He might not know how to unmute himself, Robin.
Huh?
He might not know how to unmute him.
Let's see.
So find his picture.
Oh, I see him. He's unmuted. Oh, but the camera. Look, can I take this camera off or leave it on?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, Nate, if you're there, well, I don't know where Nate is, but we'll hopefully we can find him, and we'll come back to Nate. We will come back to Nate. Alma, are you there? I know Alma and your daughter, because I'd love to see your tower. Alma, are you there? Or Adriel, I think. Let's see if she's there.
Hi, Robin. I'm here.
Okay. Can she?
I have a headache, but she's not here yet. Let me. You want to skip me, and I'll go get her right now?
Sure. All right. So I'm gonna go to Diane, and then Diane. Now, Diane, I'm gonna say just started growing, right? So Diane, would you tell? Because
Yes.
you're new. You've only been growing. So can you
I'm brand new.
how long you've been growing and the process? So how did you do the seeds? How long that take? And now what did you do? Just kind of take us through that.
Okay. I received my tower about a month ago or 2 months ago, but I was afraid to put it together because I thought I was going to break it. So we finally put it together, and it's very sturdy, it's well built, and I was very impressed with the design. So the most exciting part is when I started reading the instructions, and it is like step by step by step. You don't have to guess, you don't have to measure. It tells you every single thing, and it was such an easy process. The soaking of the bedding for your seedlings, you do that, and then you count out your little seedlings. And I honestly had no idea how small seeds were. So that was a challenge. And how many to put in for this type of lettuce and that type of lettuce. And then you put your vermilion on top and a little bit of water. And I'm gonna tell you, so then I was very excited about that. And then within about 10 days, I saw life. I saw green sprouts. So I got very excited, and I took pictures and sent them to everyone. I'm growing stuff. So now let's fast forward 2 weeks later. My seedlings are now teenagers. They're adolescents. And so they're about 3 inches. And I just put them in their new forever home. So currently I'm growing 3 different types of lettuce: bib lettuce, gourmet lettuce, arugula, some chard, and some basil, and something else. But I'm extremely excited, and mine are very small. If I knew how to walk outside and show you, I could walk outside and show you. But it is, I am so over the moon excited.
And
when I knew we were gonna do this today, I wrote, huh?
Oh, no, I was saying you're going outside. You're just going outside, right?
Can you see it?
No, let's see.
If I go outside, can they see?
Yeah, go outside. Let's see. Go. You can go outside. Walk
okay,
outside.
let me see. Let me see.
See if she can walk outside so you all can see it. Because everybody has theirs, but they're trying to do technology and all of that. So we'll see if she can show it. But
can you see it?
Yes, we can see it. We can see it. It's little, but we can see it. So hers just started. So it hasn't blossomed, but we can see it.
Yes.
Oh, okay, yes.
Nice.
We could see it. Thank you for that, Diane. I'm gonna circle back. You said you had wrote something down. Did you want to say something else?
Oh, I did. I did write this down when I was thinking about today's presentation, and I said, this is what the garden tower represents for me, that it gives a greater level of control in my family's healthy living journey. I've always wanted a garden, but being raised in the city and suburbs of California, having a garden was not something that we did. So this to me is just so exciting because it's taking us back to where we should have been a long time ago. Quality food on our table, from our garden to our table. And I'm just so excited about it. I think it's one of the best purchases I've ever made.
Awesome, awesome. All right, Diane, I'm gonna put you on mute. Thank you so much. And then I'm actually going to pull my screen out because I see Alma. And so Alma, can you show, so she's showing hers. I'm gonna talk through Alma. Alma, do you want me to talk? You want me to talk?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
So that's Alma, and this is the one outside. So she's showing us her garden, and it's growing. And I can tell you this because I went to her house, and it's huge, and she has a family of 7. If you don't need that much growth, you don't grow in all of the ports. So this is outside, and then she has one inside. So will it grow in California direct sunlight during the summer? Absolutely. It grows in California is one of the easiest places for it to grow. So we don't have all the crazy weather. So absolutely it grows. Now this is Alma's tower inside. So now you can see the lights, the grow light. So at first we were looking at her tower outside, so she's 2. And then this is her one inside. And she's growing, I know she grows cilantro and different greens, and so that's the tower. That's the difference. Thank you, Alma, for showing us. Someone said they typed in that you're so inspiring, and she is. And then we're gonna get Renetta and Nate to wrap us up with this. Thank you so much, Alma. I love you, love you, love you for showing your tower. So now let me see if I can find, okay. Let me see if I can find Nate one more time. If not, Bernetta, I'm gonna call you in to be Nate. Bernetta, are you somewhere? Or Nate? Nate, are you anywhere?
I believe I'm here.
You are here. Okay.
All right.
So Nate, now I'm gonna say this. Nate, you can't see his tower because he's on the phone, but his is amazing. So Nate, can you share with us, you have one inside and outside, and just your whole experience with it and what you grow?
Okay, well, what I grow, I started out growing what I like, which is peppers. You know, I eat everything spicy. And so I really love the cherry tomatoes. We growing cucumbers, trying to grow celery now, and what else? Wife, are you there? I'm pretty much just growing the things that I like. You know, I thought Renetta was but partially those type of things. I haven't got into any heavyweight stuff yet. I'm really learning my tower gardens.
Okay.
I'm learning what they like and what they don't like. I've even learned how to get rid of some of the insects. Of course, I do that through the Tower Garden Exchange.
Right.
You know, that is like very helpful for me. And I'm learning some things on my own. A lot of people have told me, no, you know, get rid of them, start over. And then I decided to try other techniques that really saved my garden a couple of times. So I'm having some pretty good success with it.
You are. So let me say this, because we talk about, and I always want to keep it real because we have people that's listening and we know it's wonderful and it grows and all of that. Tell us what, if any, challenges you had, because like I said, I want people to know, know it all. What were some of the challenges, if any, that you had in growing?
Well, I've had a lot of challenges. In the beginning, I started out with my tower garden on my patio, and one of the first challenges I ran into was just too much direct sunlight.
So it was too hot.
Too much sunlight, and I didn't know. Yeah, it was just really too hot on my patio. And so what I did was I got a patio umbrella and I put it over the tower garden. It was still getting the sunlight, but it wasn't getting the direct sunlight. And that worked miracles for me, you know. Another challenge I had was the insects. And where I was staying at first, it was a lot of snails and lizards. And so they were, feasting on my tower garden.
Okay.
And so someone told me on the website on the Tower Garden Exchange what to do. The biggest thing for me is like just simple dishwashing liquid mixed with water.
Yep.
It just, when you spray that on your plants, the bugs just do not want to deal with the soap, but it doesn't damage or harm your plants. So I really, like that. Just recently, some of the Tower Garden users told me, no, you need to start over. They're going to come back. The bugs are going to come back. And so I said, well, I don't want to get rid of my plants. They're looking really good. So I went back like I did last year, got the soap and water, mix it up, shook it up really good. And I sprayed my plants. I sprayed inside of the little dispenser that the plants are actually in with a lot of soap. And those plants came back. You would not believe how they look right now. And so a lot of times before we give up, we need to just try some of the suggestions that people give us on the Tower Garden Exchange site. They are really helpful, and I'm just really glad that we do have that site to go to.
Thank you. Yes, there is.
Nate did a wonderful job. I am here, I think.
You're here.
You hear me now?
Yes. Thank you so much. What I wanted to say, and thank you so much, Nate, for being there, because his towers are amazing. What I appreciate, I want everybody to know is, bugs do come, because people say, well, what about bugs? And so what I'll say to you is, some bugs come, not all the time. I had moths eating my kale, and true story, they do not like dish soap. And initially, all I did was water mine down, and they went away. And then I did do on soap. The beauty of it is again, it's not, or how much soap and water. Oh, and someone said they use cinnamon powder. I'm reading the comments. How much soap and water, Nate? Someone asked.
Well, what I do is I get a regular like spray bottle that you get like from Home Depot or anywhere. And I put very little soap, because if you put too much soap, you won't be able to fill the bottle with water at all. So I just, squeeze, a little bit in. I would describe it as like, put some into the palm of your hand, put that into the bottle, and just fill it up with water. It don't take a lot of soap. It don't take a lot. It's just once it lather up, then I put the top back on the bottle. I shake it up really well to mix the soap in really well with the water. And then I just spray my plants, and then if you do see any activity with bugs, just do it every day. Just do it every day. The soap does not hurt the plants. Just do it every day. And then once you see that the plants are not there, then you don't stop using it. You know, but even on my outside tower garden, I go out there sometimes, like after the rain, you know, you start getting a few bugs. You just go out there and spray that soap and water on them, and they disappear.
And it's so, thank you so much, Nate. And I'm looking at the time because I always want to keep us to around 30 minutes. The soap and water really does work, and it's comforting because no, you're not spraying pesticides. No, you're literally handling your garden
Exactly.
in the safest way. I know Alma had showed us her lunch just a second ago with some greens from her tower. I saw that. I know she disappeared, but I saw her having a dish with her greens. Also, she said that she uses cinnamon powder on her tower. What I want to do is, if you have questions, some of the guests out there, if you would, if you want to type in your question, or you're welcome to unmute yourself. And Nate, thank you so much. I'm going to put you back on mute. Is there anything else you wanted to say before I put you back on mute?
No, that's it. You know, thanks for letting me be a part.
Yes, no, thank you for being such an inspiration. I see your tower and I'm like, you are amazing. And I wish Nate's tower, I wish I had a picture of it. It's so beautiful. The colors of the peppers, and it's awesome. There is a group of 22,000 growers on Facebook from all across the country sharing their experience. And so you have so many resources to pull from, and so you're not stuck. I can also say this: my daughter, when she was 11, put the tower together. Like, I for some reason was intimidated by it because it comes in a big box, and she put it together. You also know it needs electricity, because you got to plug it in order for the water to recycle. That's something important to note. And then, as far as how often do you have to fool around with it, I can just tell you with mine, because I'm not, like I said, I'm not a gardener. I just want it to grow and I don't want to bother it. So sometimes I don't touch it for 2 weeks. When it's hotter, then I got to go out there a little bit more to check the water. Where I had it, I never had any problem with sun, but Nate said something that was important, is that where his was, it was hot. So we had to put an umbrella on it. And so, yeah, that is something. Yeah, go ahead, Bernetta.
I was going to say, too, that the inside tower does grow other things besides greens.
Okay.
So that's where I'm the inside. So I just want you to know that even though it does have the micro area where you could grow the little parsley and cilantro, which we are doing, we're also growing the bigger things on the bottom. So that's available. And the last thing I want to say is, there's the sound of that water in your home is just, that's one of my favorite parts of having the tower, is the sound of the water. And it doesn't stay on the whole time. It comes on for 15 minutes, an hour, but it is just absolutely I love it. It's the best part
of it. Yeah, that the pump is soothing. Okay, so are there any other questions for guests or guests? Are there any questions that you have about the tower? Any questions or anything about
Robin,
that?
I'm just going to say,
oh, yes.
The tower garden is the same for everybody. We just get better at it. Some people, I'm amazed when people grow really, like Alma's is inspiring. Yeah. Mine isn't quite as good, but I know it's something about my learning process. So don't give up. Just keep asking questions, because every season's a new season. You just, new seeds, whatever.
Here's a question.
Fabulous.
Here's a question. How tall are each of the towers and wide? How tall are they and how wide? So I would say, and actually the dimensions, I'm going to go see if I can find the dimensions. Do you want to answer that, Adrian? So I would say it's about.
Well, the height can change. So some of those, because there's extra pieces that you can add or not. Yes. So it's probably with the base, it's probably about 4 foot, I think, high, about 4 feet high. 4 feet. And what about 24 inches? Less than 24 inches wide is what I'm going to say.
Okay.
And I'm thinking it was 28. The inside one is smaller.
The inside one is smaller, and I'm actually
Yeah, the inside one is smaller.
trying to go and look at the dimensions of it. But it's definitely the one outside is bigger. And then I'm just trying to see if I can get the dimensions, actual dimensions, because that would be useful. Anybody want to cover me and fill that in while I'm trying to figure that out?
I know the inside one is about 24 inches wide.
Okay. So let's.
That's what I'm sorry, I was referring to the inside one.
I got it.
4 inches.
I got it. So
But I have a question up there.
Okay, let me answer the question about the dimensions. So the Tower Garden inside, the dimensions 58 by 24 by 24 inches. That's the one inside. And then outside, the dimensions are 62 by 30 by 30. So 62 by 30 by 30 outside. And then inside was, what did I tell you guys? It was 58 by 24 by 24. So the one is smaller. The one inside just goes into the corner somewhere. Ma BJ, you had a question or a comment?
Oh, I was saying, I didn't use the seeds. I got the seedlings from Marietta, and it was doing good until the weather changed and we had to turn the heater on in the house.
Okay.
And so I'm wondering if because of that, because now it's not doing good at all.
Okay, because it's
so I don't know if the temperature, because I think where they grow them outside. So now I'm bringing it inside, and the house is a little warmer probably than.
You know what I would do? I would actually, if you're okay with this, that Facebook group, I'm gonna redirect you to that because there's somebody from all over the country. Someone, if you put that in there, they'll chime in and give you some feedback on that. Does that sound okay? Because they really know what they're talking about.
Yeah, and Nate said he had the same problem too, and he started over with just seedlings in the house.
Yeah, and I'm about to regrow now again and start seedlings. And so I want people that are listening to understand the difference of what we're saying. So when you get your tower, it comes with seeds, right? So it comes with maybe tomatoes and basil and different lettuces or what have you. It comes with seeds. You then take those seeds and they instruct you of how to position them so they grow. So you grow it in a thing called a rock wool, and in about 2 weeks, you're able to take those seeds and then implant them into the tower, and then they grow. So that's you starting your own seeds. There's also another way that if you don't grow from your own seeds, you buy seedlings. So someone else has already started the seeds, and you now you say, okay, I want basil or whatever it is, and they're already about 1 inch or 3 tall, and then you immediately buy them and put them into your tower. And those seedlings are about $1, $1.50, depending on where you get them from. So when I first started, I started what everybody does. Everybody starts growing from their seeds, and then over time we say, oh, I don't want to wait that long. I want to just get the seedling. When you're starting from your own seeds, it'll take about 2 weeks to get your seeds up to seedlings where they go into the tower and then start growing, opposed to just buying them as seedlings and then you can just put them in your tower right away. So I want to be respectful for the time, but I also want to make sure everyone gets their questions answered. I put everybody back on mute. However, if there are any other questions, please feel free to unmute yourself or type a comment in the chat box and we'll make sure to get that. I'm hearing people say they love their tower. And so, yeah, those that have it, love it, and it's fun, and it's rewarding. And they become, and so Alma is showing her, okay, so this is her starting them from her seeds, growing them into seedlings. So that's, you grow them in a little dish before you transfer them into the tower, which is what Diane just started to do. And so, yeah, and also she's getting close so you can see them growing. Thank you so much, Alma. Yeah.
Robin?
Yes.
Robin?
Uh-huh. Oh,
Robin, this is Nate. Mom BJ, the one thing you have to remember and growing in the house when you're using your heater, make sure your tower garden is not